Hello, everybody. Welcome. I saw a bunch of comments early and I tried to answer. I think it showed up on both. So, yay. We got Darlene, Sue, Deborah. Hello. 8 eyeballs. Awesome. Um, is everything okay with the sound? Because I hear myself again, which I thought they'd fix that last month and I wasn't hearing it. Now I am. So, let me know if that's echoey or not, and I could try to figure something out. Hey, Sean. Awesome. Yes, Darlene, good, or yes? Oh, Sean, sound fine. Okay, cool. All right, so I just have a couple of things. Hi, Anna and Marlene. Hey, awesome. I think you guys are gonna love these in colors. Like, I'm not normally a sherbet kind of color person, but I like these for some reason. I like all of them. And sometimes, like, I don't like all of them. Like last batch, I'm looking at them now. Boho blue, like not my favorite. Hey, Penny. Hi, Cynthia. Hey, Julie. So they're not always my favorite, but this year I like them all. So happy surprise. So just, yeah, a couple announcements that catalog went live yesterday. I'm sure everybody knows that, heard about it. I was busy trying to, oh, I'm not enjoying Mexico, Deborah. I'm not in Mexico. No, I am in my craft room in Maryland. Yeah, if I go to Mexico, it's because I've bought a trip. Marlene, you got your stuff today? Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, so yesterday when I put in my order, I was all worried about getting the paper share stuff in because, I didn't want anything to run out before I got what I needed. I totally forgot that there was 2 new kits. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Debbie. So there was 2 new kits that came out yesterday. One is, it looks really cool. It's called like City Lights or City something or other. And it's like pre-printed cards, but then there's a stamp of like a city silhouette, and then I guess it could be like stars like up top. It's a 2-piece set, stamp set. But that looks cool. It would be like good for any generic city pictures, right? So I think I'm gonna get that one. That one made 8 or 9 cards. I can't remember, and it was like 20 some dollars. I'm the worst at that. The other one was Hollyhocks, and that was all pre-printed. So I think that one was 9 cards and it was $14. So the ones that don't have stamps or ink spots or anything are cheaper. But that's still great for, if you don't have a lot of supplies, or if you're new or you don't want a lot of supplies. Like if you just want to make something, like take it out of the box and make it the way they say, like those are perfect. And you still get to be crafty and you're making something. So I think they're cool. So check out those kits. Don't do like me and forget to check before you put your order in. Bup, bup, bup. So new catalog. There is a lot that is online now. So if you have your catalog and you realize like, oh yeah, it's like 30 pages light from last year, you're correct. There was a lot more online. The things that I was suspecting were, is Jamie on here? Okay. Oh, there you are. Hey, girl. So I was suspecting that like the circle punches and the painted textures embossing folder would be online because they weren't on the retired list, but yet they were not in the new catalog. They are in fact online. So they're under the online exclusives. I think that's where it is. Yeah, everything that's online is there. So for some reason, we only have 3 circle punches, though. I didn't realize that the other ones went away. It's like 1 3/4 inch, 2 inch, and 2 3/8 inch. So I still have all mine, and I'm going to use them all. But so pay attention to that. Like if you can't find anything, look for it online, right? Embossing folder. Hi, Peggy. Oh, Darlene, you forgot the re-inkers? Yeah, I had those on my list, but see, I forgot the kits, and then I forgot a different stamp set that I wanted too that had a cute little butterfly. So, oh yeah, Deborah, no. So yeah, there's more online. So if you look in the catalog and you don't see any details, like the embossing folders, for instance, there's no size information on any of them, but when you look online, there is. Because the cool thing is this year we've got like some big ones. They're 6 by 8.5, which is perfect for slimline cards. And you can do things either direction, like landscape or portrait. So I like that. I was hoping that they would change all of them over to that, but they did not. Hey, Gloria, I was thinking about you the other day, and then I'll tell you in a minute. So yeah, look online for stuff, yada, yada, yep. Paper share. So I miscalculated. I end up having 2 extra paper share spots. So I ended up with 6. I had to get some for 8 anyway. So I don't mind keeping one for myself, but if anybody else, 1 or 2 of you want it, I still have it. So $50 for the paper share and then $9 shipping to get it to you. Yeah, that Peggy, that would be if we showed all the online exclusive as a stream, that would be, I'd have to think about that, figure out, I don't know if we can show the screen, because I know if I point my camera at my computer screen, it is not a good picture. It's all like, it's terrible. But yeah, that would be, well, I saw Patty Bennett made some resources. She made a list of the punches and a list of something else. I can't remember. Oh, the designer paper. So all the papers from the catalog, she put out 2 PDFs for that. So, all right, paper share, a starter kit. So this month with the new catalog and all that, they have a really good starter kit. Now, even if you don't ever want to sell anything ever in your life, it's a good deal if you have more than $100 worth of stuff in the catalog that you want. Specifically, if you have $125, you will also get the free In Color stuff. So for $99 plus tax, if your state has tax, you get to pick $125 worth of anything, any catalog, online exclusive. The only thing, oh, and they got rid of the hostess item. So yeah, it's really anything that you can order. I think clearance rack stuff does not count. So you'll get that $125 worth of stuff. You're also going to get the set of 5 new In Color ink pads, the markers, the new In Color markers, the cardstock, which is a combo pack. So there's like 4 or 5 pieces of each color. It's good enough to get you started. And then the 6x6 designer series paper pack. So that's like 80 some dollars worth of stuff. So you're going to get like 200 and some dollars, 205 or 207, something like that for $99. You never have to order anything ever again in your life. You can just use it to get free stuff. So, and then when you drop, like, it's not even a big deal. Nobody even bugs you. I think they sent an email, maybe like, oh, don't forget you're impending, but delete. You don't even have to pay attention to it. So, hey, Di. So that is going on all through May. And I don't get anything special out of it. It's all about if you guys want to get free stuff, right? So check that out. You can get that on my blog, and it's like join the fun or something like that. Couple of embossing powders. They are due in the week of June 3rd. I know a couple of you were looking at those. They're both marked as June 3rd. That could change. They could come in earlier. They could push it back. But this is a lot better because last I heard they weren't expecting them until November. So whatever changed, they're coming in. That's good. And then one more thing, and then we're going to get to workshop stuff. My online class for May. So I've been wanting to have this Zinnias class for, I don't know, 6 weeks, whenever it came out as an online thing. But first the dots were unavailable, then the paper was out, or the embossing folder, like, ugh. I was going to do it in 2 weeks. Well, now the paper is on low inventory again. So I got to take my chances, and I'm going to have that class next week, and it'll be Wednesday night and Thursday night. So like my normal 8 o'clock Thursday, but then also 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I usually would do Monday or Tuesday, but now I have pool Tuesday, and I don't really want to miss too much. So anywho, so that'll be next week. So let's get down here to, hey, Gail, let's get down here to our desk. Okay. So just in case you haven't seen it, this is the new catalog. Okay. Like I said, light. I just want to point out like one thing, and then we're going to move on. This thing right here, this little shopping cart, this is going to be your best friend. So Everything pretty much has a shopping cart, and this means go online and find more information. They also have a QR code on some of the suites and bundles, things like that. And if you hold your camera over the QR code, it'll take you to a website that has, all the more information. Hey, Lisa. Um, so I'm going to use this for a couple things. I'm not really going to go over the whole catalog because other people have done that. I just wanted to show you this real quick. See how big this embossing folder is? 6 inches across by 8.5. I love it. And this is a 3D. This is the dotted circles. I'm using that, but I think these are neat that they're that big. Okay, we're doing all about in colors. Now, my goal when I design these things is I don't want you to necessarily have to have the same stamps that I'm using. I want you to be able to use whatever. Okay. Oh, Di. I mean, I try to hit everybody and say hi. Sometimes I'm just not looking. So, I want you to be able to use what you have, substitute at home, with whatever. With the new ink colors, like I'm still trying that. If you don't have the inks, you could use different inks or black or embossing or something, but we'll go through each one. So we're going to make 4 cards tonight. Every single card is going to show you 1 or 2 of the new ink colors, and I'm using a variety of stamps. If you use this code, which is right here, down in this corner, orders placed in May, so that's good through the end of May. $50 order, and that's before tax or shipping. That's going to get you all the cardstock bits and pieces in envelopes for the workshop. If it's $75 or more, you're going to get that plus a pack of the new In Color Shimmer Dots. Now, these are also on low inventory right now. So it's really going to be at the end of the month, whatever's available. It's either going to be this or the In Color dots. I forget what they call them, like resin dots or something. So it'll still be the same colors, but they're not sparkly. So I guess they had a run on them, as soon as the catalog went live. But I really hope I can get these. These are nice. They're faceted and they're not that lumpy. Like I'm not going to worry about putting these in the mail. I think they'll be just fine. But we've got Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock. The other one, I did not put my label on. Summer Splash. We got to fix that. Pretty in Pink. Glad to have that back. And Petunia Pop. Oh, my white paper is hiding your chats and you can't. Really? Oh, I get what you mean, because does your chat come up on the side here? I'll have to go back, and that's in Facebook, right? I don't know if I can see that later. Because I always saw it when I'm on Facebook, my comments come up like on the right-hand side. Let me know about that, because I have to have something to stamp on for sure. Yeah, tell me which side at least. I should put a black background. Yeah, and this is a black background underneath here. Maybe I could do, hold on a minute. Let's see. Tell me which side it's on. Is it on the right or the left? Your chat is on the right and you can see it. Oh, and Gloria, yours is on the left. Well, that's not going to help me if I can't do, I got to have some of it. Let me see. How about if we fold this? So even so, I've got a grid. So you're going to have to let me know, like, if that's going to get in the way. I really can't do much about that. But let's try this so everybody can see comments, or some of them. How about if I fold this in half and we're going to try it this way? Now, can you guys see, like, on this side and this side? And Di says yours are on the left and you can see fine. Oh, and I know you're on an iPad, right? All right, let me know, because I'm going to tape this down and just go with it. But yeah, so workshop, I talked about that. Shimmer dots. If they are unavailable, we're going to do the resin dots, which are in the same colors. How did I lose the end of this already? Oh, here we go. Partly, Gloria? Okay. Partly's better than nothing. And Jamie Gibbs, your comments are on the bottom. Funny. And you're on an iPad too, right? All right. I mean, this is probably the best I can do. All right. So let's get back to this one. So we've got a pretty petunia. So the colors we're using here. Now this card design, I will tell you right now, I got from Karen Titus. She does like a different card design every month and in her Back Porch Stampers group. And I pop in there occasionally. And I really like this one. So, and she is such a sweet lady. So we're using 1-inch squares that I've cut out of all the In Colors. So it's just a tiny square. You only get a little bit of each pattern, but we're going to use those. So we've got Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock together. I really like these. Hey, Carol. Oh, Sharon, her thing is every month, every week, not every month. Oh, and Jamie, you're on your phone. Okay. Penny says, turn your phone so comments are below. Okay. So try that. So Penny, do you mean like landscape? I would hope so. Oh yeah. Her husband is very helpful. He's been a great guy. I've got to meet them a couple times when I've been out in Minnesota. They'll have like meetings and my friend Virginia would take me. But anyway, so Petunia Pop, 5.5 by 8.5. And I guess I'm using this acrylic thing. Shy Shamrock. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So it's like, what, a 1/2 inch down or so. Then we've got Basic White. This is 3 1/4, so another 1/2 inch. 3 1/4 by 4.5. And then 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Yeah, they've got, everybody posts what they make with her, whatever design she comes up with. And this one, I mean, it's just really good. There's been a lot of people posting what they've made in her group. I love it. All right, so all we need is 6 pieces. And I'm just going to dry fit these first. I'm not going to stick them down. So you want to figure out your pattern. I mean, no, I'm going to give you the pattern. Figure out which colors you want to put in your, actually, let's hold it on here because they might look better in a certain order. So we want to do 2. And then, oh, nope, can't have those together. Let's do this one. And then let's do this one. Oh, I don't really like that. Let's try that. Nope, got to do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I cut too many. That's what happened. I'm like, I'm never going to fit these on here. Okay. I kind of like that good enough. So what we want is to try to space these evenly. And if we don't get it perfect, you know, it's not the end of the world, right? And if I get it a little higher, okay. Actually, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to start with this bottom one. So Gloria, what made me think of you earlier was I was using my glue and I let it sit too long. I forget what I was doing. I was making another video for something. So I went to jam in my pin and it didn't want to go in. So I was like really laying on it. Well, I bent the pin. Then I was kind of like upset for about a second and finally got it in there. Well, I kept messing with it to the point where I thought I broke it. I was like, God, I got to order a new one. Then I thought, oh, maybe it's because I kept taking the cap off, sticking the pin up that way. I figured maybe it was the glue. So went on Amazon, ordered a whole new glue, a whole new art glitter glue, the 2 ounce that comes with the pin, all that. Forgot that it comes with the, it comes with the fine tip thing. Forgot that it came with that. Ordered an extra one. So $20 Amazon got me for. Got all my stuff. Got the new glue. I guess this was Monday because I was doing this on Sunday. And all that, realized the trouble was the bent pin. So it wasn't anything to do with the glue being like junked up. I thought it had dried so quickly that it was ruined forever. Not the case. But luckily, since I ordered those pins from you, I got 2 sets. That meant I had an extra pin, so I just clipped it. I clipped my pretty bits onto the new pin. So now I have an extra glue, 2 extra metal caps. Dumb. But I immediately thought of you. I was like, well, if this doesn't work out, I'm just going to call Gloria or email her and get a new one. All right, now this. We want to put a greeting here and then like, or a greeting here. It doesn't really matter. Everybody else was doing their greetings down here and then a little something. So I really thought like a butterfly or something would do that. Well, don't you know, I've gotten rid of all my butterflies. So we're going to do flowers. You put whatever you want here. And I'm going to pick one of these greetings. I think I was going to go with birthday wishes. Oh, how'd that get out of here? So I taped my greetings in here, and I guess this little stamp set, it's not big enough to hold. All right, so what am I going to put down here? Looks like thinking of you. I do need birthday wishes. That's going to really fill up. I like hello or thinking of you, really. Actually, I want some of these anyway. The hello is very tiny. But I'm going to mount that for something else. So I like this. This is in the beginning of the catalog, which has like a lot of, it's got like the kits and the papers that are, it's like cards and, you know, kind of like the memories and more, but I forget what they're calling it now. All right, let's do this. Thinking of you. Now I'm going to use the new In Colors. If you don't have the new In Colors, you can use black, you can use gray, you could emboss, you could do it, you know, emboss in gold. That would be nice. So you would have options. I need to drag this. And that turned out straight enough. And then let's do, I was just going to do this, a couple of these daisies from Cheerful Daisies. They do bend. You can straighten it out by running the pin. Yeah, I did run it back through my fingers, but it had a kink in it. Like I literally bent it. It was like a 90-degree bend. So when I tried to bend it back, it was just like a little speed bump. But every time I was trying to get it in there, it was a situation. So now I know. All right, so I'm going to do stamp off once. Actually, let's do this here. And let's do the little one too, the little halvesy. So I'm stamping off so it's lighter, and then I will stamp the outliney bit in the full strength. All right, let's do those. And that dot and that dot. Okay. All right, now this is becoming a whole big thing. Right. All right. So outline, I'm trying to just eyeball. Oh, I got it. Gloria, you clean the tips out? Yeah. I thought about running it under hot water because I've done that for like the Stampin' Up! When they had their fine tip glue, which I really don't like. I've always had problems with it. All right, let's do this here. I like it. And you know what I'm going to add is peach for the flower center. So if you don't have these, like I said, just emboss something, just get it close, right? All right, this I feel like I was off just a touch. No, all right, good enough. So that's our Petunia Pop. And I'm not going to add any leaves in there because I'm ready to move on. Oh, wait a minute. So I need this one. Ooh, that's really big. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I like that though. So with the peach pie. Oh, you know what? That dot was supposed to be for the big daisy. Wah, wah. Oh, wow. I still like it. Okay, so now we're going to glue this on here. If you want to pop it up, pop it up. I am doing it flat. Yeah, Lisa, I agree. I had so much trouble with that fine tip thing. I went through 2 of them, had to like run them under the hot water and scrape and poke at them. And I just finally was like, you know what? I give up on this. And this and the Barely Art, amazing. Yeah, Jamie. Yep. When something gets on your nerves, like, that's it. I'm over it. All right, so I'm using my Dollar Tree foam. And let's do a little bit right in the middle. Why not? Now with this one, I'm going to use my Tombow glue just so it has a little bit more time to move around. So yeah, it's a cone flower now. Oh yeah, because I put that thing on there. See, it could be whatever I want, right? That's why, you know, like, I don't really worry about what the flowers are supposed to be or what the colors are supposed to be because I don't really know. I just do whatever. They're flowers. All right, let's put this down. I like it. And then let's add some of our gems. And I'm just going to put a couple. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not a couple. That's more like a few. Now I like, so these, we've got 2 sizes. So like bigger and smaller. And I'm going to do, I'm kind of sticking to these 2 colors, the Shy Shamrock and the Petunia Pop. And let's do a big one over here. I could bring in all the colors, but I'm going to stick with the cardstock colors. So cute. I like it. I'm not usually this big of a border person, but I like it. And really, you could put any image here. And if you had a bigger greeting and then had like a little bird or something to put down here, you can change it up for sure. All right, let me get rid of these daisy stamps. We're not going to be using those anymore. So that's our first batch of In Colors. Now the second one is going to, I'm going to show you something. So with the new catalog, they've got a really cool, everyone can see this color wheel. So I seem to have misplaced the one I got at convention. I mean, it's here somewhere, but everybody in the new catalog has this, page 132. And then on the next page, it tells you, gives you a little explanation of things. So for the next card, I wanted to use Peach Pie, which is one of the new In Colors. So the In Colors are in here. And by the way, they are going to sell like a round one that spins. That should be out later this year, like they said, near the end of the year. But it's not going to include the In Colors because they want it to be able to last for a bunch of more years. So anywho, you've got the one in the catalog. Use that. So Peach Pie. So I decided I wanted to do this analogous, or however you say that. So it's just 3 colors together, like all together on the group of 3. So I went peach pie, pumpkin pie, and copper clay. So that's what I'm going for. And I'm going to bring that back again later. Because the catalog, even though it's lighter, it does have some really good resources. So I've got copper clay. Now, if you don't have these colors, you're going to be able to use any peachish shade you have, or like early espresso maybe. Yeah, Gloria, it's hard. I don't know either. The words they have are kind of helpful, and the picture. Yes, Rose, I just got your voicemail. I was at work earlier and got it. I was driving last night. We had to go pick up my new truck from the dealer because I had to fix something on it, and I couldn't figure out how to answer the phone. So, and then we went to dinner, and I forgot all about it. So, yeah, I was going to get back to you tonight, but I'm glad your package arrived and that you liked it. So, copper clay, 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4 1/4. Then I've got basic white, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And let me just check my notes. Oh, I'm doing this one landscape. Oh, hey, that doesn't look right. Well, I guess it is. Something seems a little off. I bet this is not 5.5. Oh, yep, that would explain it. All right, so I grabbed my half sheet. All right, I gotta fix this. It's gonna drive me nuts. No, that is 5.5. Nope, let's take a little bit off of here. And then a little bit off of here. Nope, let's go a little bit. So that must have been 5 3/4. All right. I hope it's at least, yeah, it's got to be at least 4 1/4. So, yeah, that little bit, that would have just drove me bananas. All right, so we've got our copper clay. Then we've got peach pie. I'm liking this together already. Peach pie, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece of basic white. And I took it down 1/8 of an inch. So it's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So what I want to do on this one is a double background. So I got, we all got at convention a new background stamp. It's called Leafy Collection, Leaf Collection something. Hold on a minute. Leaf Collection. So I like it. This can go any color scheme you want, right? Yeah, Sean, we went and bought something a couple weeks ago. I got a Kia Telluride. I mean, my Jeep's like 18 years old, and it's starting to get on my nerves. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. But Leaf Collection. So, I have not done anything with this one. I usually don't put the stickers on my background stamps, just because I don't bother. I don't usually mount them, but even so, this would mount to a block like really well. You don't need the sticker on this big background, but I do like to trim it a little bit because I like to be close right up on those images. So you're going to pull, if you don't have these, most people don't, you're going to pull 2 different background stamps from your stash. If you don't have background stamps, just use other stamps to make a random background. All right, I'm trying to cut this straight-ish. So I'm putting this Leaf Collection with my sketched plaid. And as I've shown you before, if you don't have a plaid stamp, you can just make your own plaid with markers. Like, you don't really need a stamp. All right, I like this. If I find that these edges are catching ink, I will go back in and trim those. And even these little bits down here. Because, yeah, nothing drives me crazier than a little bit of ink spots. All right, so we're going to do copper clay and pumpkin pie. And I've got peach pie, all the pies. Pumpkin pie, peach pie, and copper clay. All right. We're going to say peach pie. That's going to go with sketch plaid. So you're going to need a blending brush, an ink blending brush, or a sponge dauber, like whichever one you have really. And you're going to need some kind of stamp positioner. So I'm going to grab my Misty because that is right here. And we're going to use, we don't need this bit. I do need a piece of paper because, all right, I'm going to use this. Some instructions for myself that I will just redo. All right, so I want, here's my piece. Put that in. I'm going to stamp over this entire thing, so I can't really, I have to do a little bit of tape on this, and we're going to use just removable. So just a little bit and put it right there. Okay. So this is just holding down, my magnets are just holding down my scratch paper because I don't want it to come up. So let's put this, flop this down. And this doesn't matter if it's straight or not, up, you know, because it's leaves, but try to get it as straight as you can. All right, pick that up. Now you're going to need a chamois to clean this stamp as we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to start with the lighter color. We're going to use both copper clay and pumpkin pie on this. So I'm just going to like randomly add some pumpkin pie. And then I'm just going to tap it all over to try to soften up any edges that I'm getting. Especially when you can see it like it made a straight line. So that looks good. And this is going to be like one and done. Like whatever I get, I get. Ooh, I like it. All right, now I need to clean this off a little bit. Well, I guess copper clay, would that be considered orange or brown? I guess I could use my brown for that. So I'm going to wipe this all off. So you see why you need a positioner is because we have to, the stamp has to stay in the same spot. All right, so squeak, 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 squeak. Now we're going to take copper clay and I'm going to go kind of like, I'm guessing where I missed some spots, but I can fill it in with the actual brush. I think like here. All right, we're going to give that a whirl. And again, I'm just going to tap, try to smooth out these edges. So if you had your sponge dauber, you would just pounce it. All right, I think that looks good. The little ink spots would be good for this too. The little cubes that we get in our paper pumpkins. Oh my God, I love that. All right, actually, let's go back because I've seen you can just take this and go directly on the stamp. So I want this filled in a little bit more, and that looks like it's about here. Oh, press. Oh yeah, I like that. All right, and then up here, which looks to be about here. So I'm just rubbing this right on the stamp. Actually, tapping seems to be better. I think Sue or Gail did that. Ooh, yeah, I like it. So you definitely want to go with your lighter color first. And it looks like this has some spots. And down here. And then I think I'm going to be done. Ooh, yeah, I like it. All right, clean this brush a little bit. Put these away. Copper clay. I'm actually going to keep copper clay. I don't want pumpkin pie because I want to do my greeting in copper clay. And I'm just going to wipe this off. So I have 2 different chamois, just because I don't always like the Stampin' Up! One. That's all. All right, take this off. And why? Oh, I had something on the back of this. Oh, Sharon, the sizes, yeah, 1 inch. Oh, good. Thanks, Sean. And you need 6 of them. I cut 7 and then tricked myself. So you only need 6. All right, let's put these sponges or brushes away. All right, now this one, I do kind of want to keep it kind of straight. So I'm done with this. Now I'm going to take this stamp piece and lay it directly on my stamp. So let's take this. I'm going to need my scratch paper. Put the foam back. All the things. All right. Now we're going to add our second color, or our third color, peach pie. So we want the lightest color to be this last one. All right. So if you're doing this with a different stamp, your bolder colors like on this one, and then whatever you have, because this is like, it doesn't have as much of a design. Like you're not going to see all of it. The lighter color is just not going to interfere. That's not making sense, but lightest color now. And I'm not going to stamp off. We're just going to go for it. I do want to keep this like as straight as I can get it, because since it is lines. All right, now press all over. I love that. So this is even better than I expected. Oof, I really like that. All right. So I would, if I was going to do more of these, I would figure out some kind of assembly line situation to get this done. I really like the different color leaves, having that blended together. And then how, I really like that. Okay. I will ooh and ah over that later. So let's mount that up. Make my pile of stuff to clean better. Okay, and let's just, ooh, yeah, I really like that. Okay. All right, peach pie is done though. Our little piece for the greeting. This is from the Nested Essentials die, and you're going to fit whatever you can in there. So remember, you're going to get all these pieces and parts. And what was I going to use? Oh, layering leaves. I love this. This was Rachel Tessman's stamp set. I love it. I think I was going to do sending hugs. I can't remember what I decided would fit. Oh no, maybe it was thinking of you. Or hello. Oh, yep, I like that one. Oh, and look, these kind of go too. You could even stamp something, one of these, and punch it out. And that would kind of go with that still. Like that one right there. Interesting. I like it. All right, let's do, I need a block. Here we go. So copper clay. Now again, if you don't have copper clay, early espresso would work. Pecan pie would probably work. If you were going to do early espresso, since we don't have any espresso in the cardstock, I would go back and edge, like ink blend around the edge with the early espresso, because then that would tie it in, right? Here we go. All right, we're going to try to get this straight-ish. There we go. I love it. Yeah, Darlene, it really is pretty. I like with the double, like the double backgrounds. Yeah, Sean, I figured you would like this one too. All right, this and Jamie. See, all my people. We all. Is that a Virgo thing or I don't know. All right, let's get this glued on. Yeah, Sharon, you will love Gloria's pins. And I just told her like the colors I like, and She sent me 2 different ones. I love them. All right, gonna get that on. Ooh, I like it. Now this one I'm gluing flat, and then the greeting I'm gonna pop up. Is this the right way? Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right, so, ooh, which part do I cover up with the greeting? I can't stand it. I think I'm gonna go down here. All right, so we'll just do some dimensionals. Check time. Ugh. So I try to stick within an hour, but it seems like every time when I've got my workshop, it's like a little bit over. I think it's all the talking in the beginning. So if people have to drop off, just come back later and finish watching, because you're going to want to catch the last project for sure. All right, let's do that. Yes, I love it. All right, and then we'll do the peach pie gems, and we'll do big one, little one, and then another little one. I feel like you could put them on the background here, but it's gonna get lost, I think. I love it. Now in the screen it looks kind of yellow. That peach looks yellowish. But yeah, Darlene, load them up and pick like really different ones together too. I love it. I think it gives you more use out of them. Okay. I'm admiring that one. I love when it turns out better in real life than it did in my head. All right, so number 3. Now we're going to get into pink, pretty in pink. But we're going to go to, well, again, let's go back to 132. Let's go to our color wheel. So I wanted to use pretty in pink, which is right here. So I thought, well, what's right next to it? I was going to go Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo. All 3 of these look really good together. But in the end, I decided just to go right next to it. And I don't know if that is monochromatic. I think it is. But their highlights on this area seem to be, on this wheel, seem to be wrong. But when you look, Petal Pink and Calypso Coral, those are right next to each other. Lemon Lime and Granny Apple Green, those are right next to each other. Heather, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, those are next to each other. So that's what I think this really means. The monochromatic is pick something, 2 colors that are right next to each other. So Pretty in Pink and Melon Mambo. And I've got the new Pretty in Pink ribbon. I love it. It's got like stitching on both ends. It's called bordered ribbon. I love it. We're going to do a, can't get these up, Melon Mambo base. The other part of the catalog that is amazing is page 22. See all these card sketches down here? I love it. There's like 20 some card sketches. So I just picked one. I picked one that has 3 in it. This one right here. So right here. And there's no measurements. It's a sketch. It's just to give you an idea, okay? But you'll see throughout, like some of their samples are using it. So this one on page 23 is using the sketch that I'm going to use. But here, like the middle piece of designer paper looks to be bigger than this one. And this one is smaller. And they're not quite like straight. So I just like it. I think that's going to be very useful for all of us. And that's what I used for this. So Melon Mambo, 5.5 by 8.5. And then basic white for the inside, 4 by 5.25. Oh, and you guys, another thing about Gloria's pins is she gives you the pins for both the Barely Art and the Art Glitter, because the pins are different sizes for both of these. The Barely Art, I think, is the thinner one, right, Gloria? Because sometimes you'll get pins. I did get one from somebody else before, and it was like one size fits all, but that's not the case. So it was kind of disappointing. And then the pin was so thin, I guess it wasn't sturdy, that I bent it like immediately. So disappointing. But Gloria's are good. All right. Melon Mambo. Then we've got our, I took 3 pieces. Now mine are all the same size. I did 1.5 by 3 3/4. And I embossed with 3 different folders. So this is the zinnia folder. I love it. This is the new dotted one, dotted circles that I showed earlier. And then this is the So Swirly. This is another new one. And this one is not 3D, but it is the extra long one. So it's 6 by 8.5. So you just figure out how you want these to go. And I'm going to put ribbon, like a little swoop and loop of ribbon in this area. So actually, do I need to bring back? I want you guys to see where I'm going with this. Let's look at, let me see if I can put this in. So I'll leave this part here so we can see. So paper, ribbon, and something, greeting, and then another piece of paper. So I'm going to kind of line them up like this. And then I'll put my ribbon there. I like it. So with this one, you don't need to have the Pretty in Pink ink pad because I'm going to stamp my greeting in Melon Mambo. But any pink, I think, would be... Ooh, and you know what? Let's scooch these over a little bit. So I'm not going to have them all straight. This will be over to the left. And then this will be over to the right. So it's just, a sketch is just an idea. You don't have to follow it exactly. All right. I am liking that. And then ribbon, I'm going to cut enough to go over this like twice. All right, whatever this ends up being. 9 inches. Okay. Now, if you want to take this piece and make a bow, make a bow. It's up to you. I like to use this fast fuse for when I lay down ribbon like this. So I'm just going to run it right in between here. And let's make these ends nice. Little angle. It doesn't seem to really matter which side you pick for the ribbon. Like there's no good side, bad side that I can tell. All right, so I'm going to put this here and then loop it back. And that is perfect. All right, now the greeting, all I'm doing is going to stamp something on this white. This is a 2-inch circle and a 1 3/4 inch circle. And we're going to pop that up there. I'm digging that. So whatever greeting you have that fits, I think I was hoping to get this birthday one in here. Is that going to fit? Barely, but barely is good enough. I just like this birthday wishes one. Now, if you had itty bitty backgrounds or something, if you wanted to add some little speckles or something here, go for it. I think this would be good with maybe the brass butterflies, but we're going to use our new In Color Gems. So this one, super quick. Greeting. I think the best focal point though is all the different embossing folders. Now, if you didn't have embossing folders, like if you're going to make this at home later, you could also just cut 3 pieces of paper and then stamp something different on them. They can still be the same color. Like maybe use Versamark ink. So you get a tone on tone. All right, let's put that here. I like it. And then we'll add some dots. 1, 2, 3. Dots on dots. We're using 5. Why not? Oh, I do like this. Dots on dots. All right, and then another little one there. So even though they're tone on tone, you can see them. Oof. I like that too. I really like these colors together. So Pretty in Pink, Melon Mambo. All right. Last one. So now we're going to get to our last summer splash, our last in color. So I wanted to show this months ago, like when I first got these. When I do my ink pads, like every time I get the new ink pads. Yeah, Lisa, I thought so too. It is simple, but good. It all comes down to that sketch, right? So when I do my ink pads, there's all these labels now. There's a plain one, then there's 2 in English. So they used to have like English, French, German, maybe Japanese or something, but I guess since they're not in that market anymore, now we get 2 English ones. So I like to carefully peel up this entire, separate this whole sticker layer. Oh, and Peggy, we're still meeting for lunch tomorrow. I meant to email you a reminder. Okay. So get that off of there. One of these I want to put on the very front. And then one I've been putting on the side here. I didn't used to do that, but since they have it now, why not? The reason for this is sometimes you'll have, a whole bunch of ink pads open and they all look the same. I didn't get that sticker on there good. It was like covering where the ink pad needs to open. Ugh. All right, here we go. So sometimes, like these don't look that different. They look exactly the same. So then I also like to put the one that doesn't have any words right in this groove here. So I take a stylus tool and I get it started right at the end and then hold it down and then press. So that's in there. So it's just another visual, like if you couldn't see the words, but so that's what I do with all of them. All right, Shy Shamrock. Oh, that one is tough. Jeez. All right, I need Coastal Cabana. So I'm doing, again, I went to the color chart and Coastal Cabana and Summer Splash were together. All right. Lisa, you put your stickers in the same place as well as the back side in case you put, oh yeah. Yeah, so I've got mine. I see what you mean. You'll put something here. Yep. Oh, is that where you use the other English one? So you might not have the words up top. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so last card. This is a really cool one. This is called, I think it's called a stand-up box card. Excuse me. I've had this on my list for a while. Then I saw it somewhere. I was like, oh yeah, let's just do that. So we need a couple of different pieces. I don't need that. This is 5.5 by 8.5, but I've scored it 2, 4, 6, 8. So we have a 1/2 inch spine, really. So we're going to do all these fold marks. Oh, you put French on the back? Yeah. I guess if you know French, right? I took French in high school, but yeah, I don't think I could figure it out. All right, so here is how our card is going to go together. We're going to put glue right there. So folded up, it's going to be 4 by 5.5, and it'll fit in our envelope. But then when you take it out, it'll sit up like this. Okay, so we can actually do this part. we can put this, so put glue on your hinge here. And I always like to, let's fold this in, one side in, and then, oh wait, fold this one in. So first score mark and then fold over this way, and it lands perfectly. All right, so we have our square. Then we've got one piece, because you're going to need something to write on, so pick the back. I'm going to pick this as the back side because the seam is here. And so I'm going to put this on here. This piece is, I need to look, did not write that down. 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right. So basic white, 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Because remember, these panels are 2 inches wide. So let's get this down here. Oops. All right, then you're going to have 3 other panels, and I made 4 because I wasn't thinking. These, again, are 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and we're just going to glue these on. I'm not going to glue the other 2 on the front. I'm not going to worry too much if they're not the pattern's not lining up, but if you wanted to be concerned about that, I've already messed it up. So, well, not messed it up, but I wasn't paying attention. So I'm just going to glue these on. So I'm gluing the one on the back side. Then we move to the front side. So I don't want to glue these on yet. I want to put our little, we're going to have hinges that we're going to pop up a turtle on here. So let's do this. You're going to have 2 1-inch circles of Coastal Cabana. This is only, you could choose either color, Summer Splash or Coastal Cabana. And I know in the camera they don't look that different, but I just thought the Coastal Cabana would blend in more. So you want to fold these in half, and it doesn't matter if it's a nice fold, like if it gets crunchy, don't worry about it. So flatten this out. We're going to put glue on the inside, all right? And then I kind of want this in the middle. I'm going to attach this strip to just inside the score line because I want this to be able to fold over like that. So that's probably a better way to do it. Fold it and get it as close in there as you can. All right, so we've got that little piece hanging up. And then we want to do the same thing over here, but opposite. So again, just fold it in half. And actually, let's hold it here so I can kind of just get it in the right place. I gotta pick this up, put my glue down. All right, eyeballing, trying to get it like just in the same spot. It's not critical. All right, and then we'll put this right there. And again, as close to the score line as you can go. You don't want it to be on the score line because then it won't fold over anymore. All right, so that looks good. A little low. That's good. All right, now we can glue these on. And we want our tabs to be in the, in the center. And by that, I mean, don't glue the tab on this side, like the tab's center. All right, and then we're going to stamp. We're going to bring in Old Faithful Sea Turtle. I'm so glad they didn't retire that, because I really have to get some of those stamps when they become available from the post office. May 11th, I think that was. Remember I showed you guys a week or 2 ago the post office catalog that I get? It's shameful, but the post office catalog felt heavier than ours. All right, so that's that. Then you're going to have a 1/4 sheet of basic white with the the corner cut off. So whenever I cut a corner, I intend for you to stamp and either cut something out or punch something out. All right, sea turtle, we're going to pick the big one, the big sea turtle image. Now this is a reversible. So the back, like the flat side, gives you the solid image, and then the lumpy side gives you the detail. So I just need a block that this fits. Let's go with this. I'm going to start with the flat side, and we want to go with the lighter of the two colors. I think in this case, Coastal Cabana is the lighter color, but we'll see. All right, that looks good, or good enough. All right, now this I find I need to press down too. Oh, I like that. All right, let's get him cleaned off. So you just clean this off and then flip him over on your block. All right, and now we're going to go at it with Summer Splash. Oh yeah, this does look a little darker than Coastal Cabana. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now my head might get in the way, but I'm just trying to make sure everything is in the lines. Oops, I did not nail it. I can see already his one flipper is going to be a little bit off. But, all right, I'm going to get over it. See right there? Can't always get it. All right. I'm going to quick cut this. And we're going to pop him up. I was thinking that this would be a good opportunity for a wobble. But then I thought, we've already got so much going on with just the stand-up part anyway. I mean, you could do it if you want. But I thought, I can live without it. This is going to be cute anyway. What I am going to do is run Winkostella all over this turtle. And then we're going to stamp our greeting out of what's left of this paper. So see that? I'm just not a fan of, I feel like I missed it. And I'm not going to worry that that's not going to have a white edge. I'll get over it. It doesn't always have to be all consistent. It would just be nice. A nice to have. All right. We're getting down here. And I'm looking, what greeting? Oh, I was going to have Simply Said again. Oof. Cute, cute, cute. So then when this glues down, so we can either put dimensionals on here. Let's put dimensionals. Just make sure it stays, it doesn't touch anything else. So it stays only on this tab. All right, dimensional, dimensional. Let's add some glue for extras. And then we're going to put our turtle right on top. Now, if you wanted to double this up, you could, like, stamp him and then matte on another piece of white, or use thick white, but whatever you want. Oh, I like it. So see how that's going to sit up like that? So cute. All right, let's do Winkostella. Like I said, all over. Feels like I gotta squeeze some more juice out. Yeah, it wasn't that noticeable with the flipper, but I didn't like it. All right, I do like all this Winkostella. So pretty. All right, now the greeting, I want to do that in the Summer Splash. And I wanted to do this happy birthday, and then I'm going to cut it. So it was a, where is it? Right here. So even though it's a long, and if you want to just have the long, and then we're going to put it like here. That's why I was going to cut it. It's up to you. All right, let's do this. Hand cut. Oh yeah, I like that. Put that back. So hand cutting. Just get it as close to straight as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to split the happy from the birthday. And I think that's good. Yep. I like it. Now, I want to attach the greeting to the turtle. I mean, I guess you could leave it on the bottom, but I kind of like it like this. So let's do a little bit like right here. Boop. And I'm going to have it hang on his flipper a little bit too. Okay, that's good. And then we can go up here. And then we're going to finish with some gems. Now the gems I'm going to put all over. But we're not going to make them be like coming out of his butt. They will be clearly away from the butt. But they could be like air bubbles. Like that he's breathing underwater. Or wherever they live, right? All right, where's my gems? So this, I'm going to go with just the Summer Splash gems. So again, we get like a tone-on-tone look. And I'm only a few minutes over. All right. Oops. That glue was a little bit too much. Don't worry about this wet glue. It will dry clear. All right. I love it. So again, this will fit in an envelope. And then you just fold it. So it's called a stand-up, I think it's a stand-up box card. And then the back, you know, you can write your message. And if you didn't want to do this, you could do 4 pieces of embossed or designer paper or whatever. But I just figured I got to write something, right? Yeah, Lisa, no turtle poop. I know there's been plenty of accidental poo-poo with the gems. What was that card that Sue made? And it had a green blob like right behind it. Whatever card, Sue, that you made for Andy for his birthday. I was cracking up about that. All right, so let's bring back our other cards that shows our Summer Splash. We've got our Pretty in Pink. We've got our Peach Pie. I think this is my favorite. And then we've got Petunia Pop and... let's see if we can get them all in. Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock. Shy Shamrock. That's kind of like a tongue twister. All right. So, again, just reminder, I am going to try. Oh, thanks, you guys. Plan for next week is going to be Simply Zinnia class. And they'll be like, again, the video part will be free for everybody. And then if you want the packet, I'll have a deadline and all that. And fingers crossed that they don't run out of paper because that's part of the packet. You're going to need that. So yeah. Oh, it was a goat, Sue. Yep, it was a goat. And it had green doo-doo coming from behind it. It was some gem that you put on there. All right. Yes, Peggy. I'll see you tomorrow at 1. Thanks, Cynthia. Thanks, everybody. So yeah. Sue, we'll catch Sue no, wait, Sue, are you leaving tomorrow night? Because you were on last night. And because you're going, aren't you going to Minnesota for a week? Or did that already happen? I can't remember. But either way, Gail will be here. We'll be back Sunday at 8. All right. Thanks again, everybody. And hearts, loves, shares, like all those things. Appreciate it. And oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I was working on a little scrapbook, but I'm just gonna have a separate video for that. I wanted to show you because I'll wait. Okay. Good night, everybody. Make up my mind, Toni. All right. Bye.